Cardwell Kids.
Hey guys, I know your Bible school teachers are missing you so much and they wish that they could be here with you today teaching you a lesson. Until we can be back together again, we are going to bring you a video lesson each week. And this week, I am going to be bringing you that lesson, Miss Melita, and I hope that you can learn something new. Maybe a story you've heard before, but maybe you'll learn something new from it. How many of you like to go swimming, or go on a boat, or go to the beach? Many of our Bible stories that we hear about take place in one of these settings, on a boat, on shore, near the water. And today's lesson, many of you I'm sure have heard before, but we are going to listen to the story of Jesus walking on the water. Now this story happened right after Jesus fed the 5,000 people, and right after that happened, Jesus was very tired and he kind of wanted to be alone for a little bit so that he could pray. Night was coming. Jesus was tired. It had been a very busy day. Jesus wanted to be alone for a while. He wanted to pray. He wanted to be up in the hills. His friends got into their boat. They started rowing to the other side of the lake. The wind was blowing against them. It pushed their boat back. Jesus saw that they were having a hard time rowing. So he came to them walking on the water. When they saw him, they were scared. They didn't know that it was Jesus. Jesus knew that they were scared. "Do not be afraid," he said. "It is I." Peter wanted to make sure that this was true. "Is it really you?" he said. "Tell me to come to you on the water." "Come," Jesus said. Peter got out of the boat. Step, step, step. He began to walk on the water too. But then he felt the strong wind. He looked at the waves and he began to sink. "Jesus, save me," he cried. Right away, Jesus pulled Peter up. "Why did you become scared?" Jesus asked. Then they climbed into the boat. The wind stopped blowing. Everyone worshiped Jesus. "You really are God's son," they said. So this is a lesson that we can apply in our lives, that we need to depend on Jesus when life gets difficult and lean on him in the toughest of times.
Activity time.
Okay, so we're going to do an activity that goes with our lesson about Jesus walking on the water. And so what you're going to need, if you would like to do this activity at home, is you need a bowl filled with water, and you need a few paper clips. I would suggest 4 or 5. We chose some color ones because they'll stand out a little bit better in the video, but just regular metal paper clips will work, and some dishwashing liquid. So what we're going to do is we're going to show how our faith is when we rely on Jesus. So Campbell's going to start by putting a couple of our paper clips in the water. And this paper clip represents us when we're not relying on God, when we're not leaning on him, we sink. And so the paper clips are on the very bottom. But you take another paper clip and you bend it upright, and this represents Jesus and us leaning on him. And so she's going to lay this paper clip, the orange one, represents us. And when Jesus supports us, we rise to the top. And so she's going to show it with another one, pink paper clip. And so those paper clips are floating because they were holding on to Jesus. Now what happens is, and Campbell can also do this part, is when doubts arise, like with the dishwashing detergent, you'll see what happens. The paper clips fell to the very bottom. So it's important for us to always lean on him. I hope you had fun.